got a package from Amazon, and it showed up in terrible condition. I mean, like, really, really bad. Yeah, so no joke, I sent away a while back, like all the way back at like June 4th, I sent away for a Chun-Li that I'd found. I was on Amazon, I was shopping around, I had some money on my card, and it was like, hey, here's this really good Chun-Li statue at 50% off. And I was like, dang, that is really good. Looks to be good quality. I like the pictures. It looked good on the shelf and everything like that. And I'm hoping to kind of take a bunch of stuff off the video game shelf soon. So it would be nice to have something to take some of its place. And I love Street Fighter. And my favorite designed character in Street Fighter is Chun-Li. Solid, right? All the planets aligned. So I bought it. And it took a very long time to get here. And when it did, it got here in awful condition. And I already talked about this on Twitter, so go check it out. No, I'm messing with you. I'm not going to make you go... Sorry, it's not even Twitter. Oh my God, listen to it. I did it again. I'm so freaking old. I did an episode on TikTok, but I'm not going to make you go to TikTok in order to see it. I'll just post that video right here, right now, and you can check it out. And then we're going to see if this thing is in as bad of shape as I worry. Man, I'm really worried that I got super screwed here. You can check out how the box came, check out this little video, and then we're going to open this thing and see if at least the figure made it in good standing. Hey guys, on about June 4th, I was surfing around Amazon when a special deal came up, like marked 50% off thing kind of deal. And it said, buy a Chun-Li statue, 50% off, it's gonna be sweet. And I said, man, that is a really good deal. So I went ahead and I put the money down. And it said, this package will arrive sometime toward the end of July. And I said, whoa, okay, it's coming from a long ways away. And it showed up. And it's it's in rough shape. Like, really rough shape. So, let's see how bad of shape it's in. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Oh, it is in really, really bad shape. Holy crap. Like, wow. Really look at this. Like, that is what I received. Holy crap, it is in bad shape. I mean, it is in tremendously bad shape. This is some of the worst shipping and handling I think I have ever received, ever. I mean, this box is destroyed. It doesn't look like the item is damaged. Maybe. It seems to be fine. Maybe. But, wow, the rest of it is in terrible, terrible shape. So I got it. I did get it. I'm going to do a video later, and I'll probably showcase whether or not it actually survived. But package from Amazon, wow, it is in bad shape. All right, let's see. Let's see if the figure at least survived. You got to see what that was. You got to see the awfulness of it. This box is in terrible shape. So, oh my gosh, there's the plastic of it. Plastic of it seems promising at least. The box did not survive. It's a good thing I'm not huge on keeping the boxes, or it would be really bad. Of course, the dog's got to make 1,000 borks. Let's see. Let's open this thing up. Oh my gosh. It is, oh my gosh, it is so bad. Oh, it's like this? Oh, wow. Okay, same scissors that we used for the other, for the, oh, this is, why is it like this? Wow. Okay. Okay, I've seen worse. I've seen worse. The skirt part needs to be fixed. A little bit of a paint issue, but overall, she's okay. She is still presentable. I'll put her on the stand, we'll rotate her, and we'll talk a bit. Okay, so let's get a couple things out of the way right off the bat. The figure in general is fine. She's fine. I don't hate the body sculpt. I think the thighs are rather big and everything. The legs and whatnot for the Chun-Li figure is often very big. The bust is fine, actually. Probably a little big, but that's, I don't know, maybe that's about right in terms of what this is in general. The arms are super skinny and everything. The fingers seem decently detailed. She has a decent little fist here. The hair is a solid sculpt and move. There's a very dynamic thing that's happening here, and aside from having to fix that one part on the skirt, she's fairly solid. I like the black and gold. I think that works out very well, and the ropes that come down in front are a nice effect, which also seem to be moving with the figure. Everything about this figure looks like dynamic movement. Now, the only thing I could say, however, is that the colors seem funny to me. Her skin is pale, and when I say pale, I mean pale. I'm talking like Harley Quinn level pale, and that bothers me a little bit. A little too white, and the hair I don't think is quite right either. I don't believe that the hair color matches up consistently with what I believe she's supposed to look like, and the eyes also are a little bit of a problem, as well as the lipstick, and the facial mold in general doesn't necessarily scream Chun-Li to me. Now, I want to put this out there, that while this is a fine representation of Li for what it cost me, which normally I'm not a big fan of dropping prices in these because I think it demeans the value of the item that you're getting, is to try to put a price tag on it and automatically say, oh, well, it's the money that matters. It's really not. It's the collecting, it's the finding, it's the art piece, it's the what you're supposed to feel from it and what you're supposed to get from it, and whether or not it actually sits on your shelf and means something to you. And that's the final takeaway value. Some people are going to pay a lot of money for these things. Some people are going to pay less money for those things. And it doesn't matter which one it is. If your figure was literally $20, but it means something to you, and somebody else's figure was $500 and it means something to them, that's all it means. That's literally all that it means. This figure is fine in terms of it will sit on the shelf, it will look good. It does, for the most part, resemble Chun-Li, though I do believe it could be better. It will hold an interesting spot on the shelf and be a nice talking piece, and it will catch attention from time to time until I find a better one that takes its place. It's a solid figure for what it is, and the fact that it only cost 40 bucks. That's pretty good for the kind of figure that it is, because a lot of these things cost an awful lot more money, and not necessarily that they're worth it when they cost more money, because that oftentimes is not the case either. Yeah. So all in all, here's what I'm getting at for the final little talk about this, is that this thing came from China. So more than likely, what I've got here is some sort of knockoff mold that is then painted, shipped cheaply, and it's probably taken from a much more intricate, finer model. But for what it is, for the cost of what it is, for getting it on the shelf and everything like that, and making a point and taking a little bit of space and being a Chun-Li thing, in which I only have like 3 items, I'm happy with it for what it is. But I'm not oblivious to what I blatantly see it is. So, new Chun-Li added to the shelf. Interesting little talking point, interesting little idea, and for what it's worth, I don't think I've ever actually mentioned that. I've mentioned that Chun-Li... I've mentioned that Cammy was the character that kind of got me into expanding canon. And I've also talked about the fact that Cammy was the first major character that I got like a little bit of a crush thing going with, but the reason was because that was the character that I found myself winning with when I played in the arcade. It was the first character that I felt competent in a fighting game with, and that held a special place and made Cammy a very important character for years to come. But in truth, the character that I thought had the best design in Street Fighter was always Chun-Li. I've always been fascinated with the overall elegant design of that character more than anybody else in the series. Now, there's another thing that we'll have to talk about. We're not going to do it here, but we're going to have to talk about these at some point as well. These are the Hero Clicks that came out for Street Fighter. And I have all but one. I think I literally am missing 1, maybe 2 at the most of the entire set. So we're definitely going to have to come back and we're going to have to talk about those because these are really cool. And now that I'm starting to put some Street Fighter on the shelf and I'm starting to get some of these sorted out and everything, it would be really cool to just kind of get in here and talk about some of these characters. I mean, I got DJ and all this stuff, and I got Blanca, and like a lot of these are really cool figures that came out many, many years ago, and I think I really do. I don't think I'm exaggerating. If I'm missing one of these, I think I'm missing 1 or 2 at the most, and it's been on my mind lately to kind of get them on the shelf because of what they are. They're just kind of cool little statues. And so we're definitely going to have to come back and talk about these as well. It's funny that I keep them in this little Green Lantern bag, but whatever. So yeah, many more things to talk about. Much more collecting to be done and collecting issues to talk about. And this is one of them, by the way. I bought this figure on a whim, okay? 1. I knew when it said where it was coming from that the pictures were probably a little inaccurate. And for what it's worth, the pictures were a little inaccurate. It is not the exact character that I thought I was getting, okay? So I'm going to tell you that right off the bat, that when you order something, especially from China, cross your fingers and understand what you're buying and don't spend a lot of money. I figured 40 bucks. If she's perfect, she's perfect. And I'm home run. If she's a little off, she still looks good enough that I'll get over it. And maybe, to be fair, with a proper person, if I get the right person to touch her up, I may be able to fix the paint job. And maybe that costs me another $20 depending on the person that wants to do it or something like that. And if that's true, then I hit a home run. Because all I need is the body mold to be as close to perfect as I can get. And then if somebody else can touch it up from there, then maybe I hit a home run with this thing. We'll see. We'll see if I actually go that far. I need to fix the battle skirt a little bit. I'm going to heat it up, kind of move it into position, just like I did with the Tomb Raider statue that I got. But all in all, that's that. And the second part to talk about of this whole video is to say, when you get something shipped, okay, understand that when and if you get something shipped, there's always the possibility that it's coming from somewhere and it's going to come in shit condition. And boy, that is something I honestly debate sending it back. Even though I've opened it, even though I'm looking at it, even though I'm kind of intrigued enough to kind of take my chances with it and put it on the shelf, I'm half tempted to just send it back. But I knew what I was getting into when I got into it. I knew that I was buying something from China. Not that it still should have come in the condition that it came in. That's ridiculous. That's terrible condition, and that there's almost no excuse for that whatsoever. But all in all, I knew for the most part what I was getting into. In terms of the coloring job, I can't complain. I had a feeling. I don't know. Just wow. That's what I got to say here on this one right now. Wow. Chun-Li added to the shelf later on.
I have spoken. Take what you will from it.